Well, it's not one we can advocate for based on the chart and technical analysis alone. You can make the case, the silver lining of how we see it is that the stock is tactically oversold. So perhaps a lot of those worries have been already priced into the slide that we've seen into the recent low point. I do think the overall stronger market conditions could act as support as well. So our feel is that AMD is finding the lower end of its range at $59, this marking the breakout from July of 2020. But against that bearish trend, any sort of surprise on the upside likely to find selling pressure. I think if there is a positive reaction, you're looking to sell this stock into its 50-day average, marking resistance at $71.
Ari Wald, we're going to see in a second. Thank you very much. All right, next up, we got two today, not three. It's deflation in earnings exchange. ABNB. Shares are down 34% this year. They posted a strong second quarter earnings beat. They expect year-over-year growth in the third quarter to be on par with the second quarter. Question is, can they do it? Deirdre Bosa joining us now with the story. Deirdre, everybody loved Airbnbs because it was COVID-y. They didn't want to stay in hotels. They wanted to just kind of stay by themselves in a house. But is like, you know what happened to like Peloton post-COVID? Like, what's going to happen with Airbnb here? What are people saying?
Well, I think the question is, people like traveling to Airbnbs. Do they now like living in Airbnbs? So you want to look at those long-term stays, because that is a trend that the company has seen, is that people, as we live in this hybrid work environment, are actually staying in their Airbnbs for longer. That is helping their bottom line. Does that continue? We know that people want folks back in the office. So that's a question. You also want to look at the guidance. We spoke to Brian Chesky in September, near the end of that quarter, and he said that demand remains really strong. I wonder, however, and investors are going to be wondering if they've seen some of that demand peter off over the last few months. As the likes of Amazon have said. Uber didn't say that, though, so maybe it remains strong. The average daily rate as well, this is sort of a sign of Airbnb inflation. It has been increasing at a very quick clip over the last few years. Is that moderating at all? And Brian, finally, yesterday we spoke about Uber and the massive amounts of losses that we continue to see. Guess what? This is a sharing economy company that is making money, minting profit, $1 billion in net income expected this quarter.
Because you have a nice house and you go there and you spend time with your lovely family, and then you get on, everybody's, does their own thing. You're not delivering burgers. I don't know. We can get into that. Deirdre Bosa, you and I can get into that. Ari Wald, trade on Airbnb, stock's down, but the numbers are good. It's kind of a weird situation.
Yeah, I think the trade is still lower. There are some positives to point to it. Look, here's a stock that made a higher low in October versus where it was in the summer. The market made a lower low, so that can be viewed as an indication of relative strength. It was sold less aggressively than other stocks in the market. Still, taking a step back, our work is cautious as long as the stock is below the May breakdown level from its below its 2021 low. There are some signs that it's starting to curl lower again over the near term. So I see some near-term downside risk to $100. That's a September low. Conversely, if there would be an upside surprise, I think you're going to see some selling pressure at that 200-day average, marking resistance at $130.
A pretty tough take there on Airbnb. Are you more optimistic on the Phillies? Are you guaranteeing victory tonight?
Not guaranteeing, but I'm saying this. The Philadelphia fans, we are sacrificing the Sixer season so we could bring back both a World Series and a Super Bowl. Let's go.
Eagles, only undefeated. The Eagles.